Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Stephen Shade with how to draw house plans and how to start your drafting business doing house plans. Okay, so what we've been working on is this garage here, and the last video we shot we talked about the mechanical stuff here, and there really wasn't a lot to do in this simple garage. So what we're doing today though is going to be the shear plan. Now the shear plan is about engineering the walls so that they have structural integrity. And the idea there is like the concept of wind shear. So the wind is going to come and blow against these walls and put pressure this way against this wall, and then the same thing, push this way on this wall and put pressure on these walls. And if you don't engineer it properly, the wind will just blow the building down and it'll collapse like an accordion. So what we're working on then is the shear panels. We want to make sure that we've got enough panels on here that keep this wall integrity strong. Now sometimes you can use strapping, but most people out here in the West, we use 4x8 sheets of OSB, which is oriented strand board, I believe that's the technical term for it. All right, so let's hide the mechanical stuff with our eyeball, so because we don't need to see that. Now notice some of these lines didn't go away, so we need to highlight those and move them to the mechanical plan, or mechanical layer, I should say. Here, get that straight. There we go. All right, so now it's good. They're probably in a different layer on accident. All right, so this is all we need. What we're going to do now is this particular garage is going to have 1x6 shiplap siding. So the builder of this is going to use wooden siding. So when you do that, you have to put down something to put the siding against. So in this case, we're just going to shear the whole building. So in order to do that, I use the rectangle tool, and inside the rectangle tool I go to the brush and I fill it black. So now I'm going to put little black rectangles along the edges of the building just to show where the shear panels are. So we're going to press the V key to get the vertex of this wall right here. Oh wait, I got my select tool on. That's kind of neat. Alright, let's click on that rectangle. So earlier I right clicked on it to get to the properties and made it black, and now I left click on it to activate the tool. I often forget to do that step. Notice how it's not appearing. That's because we're on the roofing layer and it's not showing up. So we got to scroll up or just move our checkbox to the shear plan, and then now our rectangle showing up. Alright, we're going to scoot over some. I'm just going to come all the way across here. Now sometimes I stop at doorways and windows, but because the panel actually goes around the window, we're just going to go all the way across. And I like to make it 1 or 1.5 inches, 2 inches. That way it's visible from a distance. If it's too small, you can't really see it. So I'm going to go 1.5 inches. Now I can tab through the size, make sure I get the right size. It should be 24 feet and 1.5 inches. And press enter, then it locks it in. So there's the first set of shear panels. And what they'll do is they'll just take 4x8 sheets and line them on up. Alright, and we're going to put another one over here on this wall. And down here. Here we go. Now one thing I didn't do on the mechanical plan, I'll have to do later, just as a side note for you. Oops. Now with this one, because it's a rectangle, I got going up and down, I need to change which one is the big one and which one is the small one. So in this case, size A versus size B. No, so what I was saying about the mechanical plan is I didn't put in the service, the site of service. So that's where the electrical panel is going to be, stuff like that. 1.5 inches, there we go. And again on this wall. Now with this doorway, I'm going to go around the door, so we'll just come up here. It's 1 foot 6 inches, that's right. And then down here. All right, let's see. 1.5, 1 foot 6 inches. Now with the shear panels, the way this works is they have certain structures. Now if your structure is bigger than 60 feet by 60 feet, then you have to put a shear panel in the middle of the structure to help make it stronger as well. That should be 18 feet right there. Yeah, it was. Good. Good guess. But since this garage is really small, I didn't have to do that, so. And again, all right, so this shear plan is always pretty simple, especially since most of the time contractors around here just shear the whole thing. There we go. And especially in this case, it's easy to shear the whole thing because of the siding. All right, so that's all there is to it for the shear plan. Now there will be a detail, a couple details that will need to go with this. For example, I'm going to have to show the structure of the wall, the shear panel, and the siding all on one detail. Let's see, maybe I have something like that already. Let's take a look. Take a look, take a look. Yeah, so this is the detail I was talking about, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the siding on here too. And then there's rules for how to nail it all in here. Nail the panels in. Talks about how far away and all that. So we'll cover that later. Oh, I should make this bigger. What size was I making this thing? Okay, so again, as a reminder, this is the paper space. This here is a picture of the model space, which was what we built, we drew the house in, or in this case, the garage. And in here, we can tell the viewport to change the size or the scaling. So in this case, we're going to change it from 1/4 to 1/2. Bring this up in here. There we go. There we go. Now it takes up the page. Makes more sense. And we'll probably put some dimension lines in there. Why don't we do that? Let's go do that right now. All right, dimension lines. Okay. Now the dimensions, we got to make sure we're on the shear plan also, because it was on the roofing. So we did most recently. And again, we press the V button on the keyboard, and it'll help snap this stuff together real fast. Now with this one, we need to get in the corner, so we got to go make sure we get that wall. Okay, don't complain. There we go. Okay, so as a reminder, please go to the top, or please visit the Facebook group if you're not already there or you're there right now, and find the survey that you can complete that will help me determine how to create the best training possible. What I'm trying to do is start a class on how to start your own drafting business. So as a part of that, I'm providing these free videos to show you how to do the drafting portion. All right, so that would be the end of the shear plan. Nice and simple. It gets a little more complicated in larger structures, but for small garages like this, it's pretty straightforward. Okay, well, I hope you got a little bit of value out of this, and I will hope to see you again on the next video. Thank you for watching. If you would like more information, please join my Facebook group called Starting a Drafting Business. Inside that group, I share tips and tricks on how to get your own drafting business started. I also have some tutorials like this one about how to use TurboCAD. So I look forward to seeing you in the group, and I'll catch you next time.